Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talk Spicy. I'm Coach Gene Clemens. Thank you for joining me wherever you were joining me. Rate the show, comment, agree, disagree, but whatever you do, keep it spicy. 5-star ratings are appreciated. And if you're joining me on the YouTube channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Yo, the transfer portal is a crazy place, right? We all acknowledge that. But I don't care. Like forever, we've had people going in and out of schools. The only difference now is that people with leverage are going in and out of schools. And that's been the difference with the transfer portal now than with what it used to be back in the day. And then also the NCAA allowing people to have that one time to transfer without sitting out. It really does change the game. So you've got quarterbacks out here who started last year for their team that are now in transfer portal. Drake May, a guy who people believed can be a first round draft pick in the 2024 draft, had put his name into the transfer portal. Now there's reports that he's going to stay at North Carolina. His offensive coordinator is leaving. So wouldn't be surprised to see him leave. Wouldn't necessarily even say it's a bad idea to leave. It's just a different world, right? And these players have power now, and I love it. But with power comes responsibility. With power comes consequences, right? With power comes responsibility. With power comes consequences. And if you're not willing to take on the responsibility, and you're not willing to suffer the consequences, you should be careful on how you move out here. Because coaches are human too, right? Because coaches are human too. That brings me to an interesting situation. And full disclosure, I don't know who did what to whom, how they did it, why they did it. I don't even care. I'm just here to talk about it in terms of, look, every day I tell y'all to keep it spicy. Ladies and gentlemen, Dylan Johnson kept it spicy. He kept it really spicy. At 7:40 p.m. last night, Dylan Johnson announced that he was going into the transfer portal. If you don't know who I'm talking about, Dylan Johnson, he is a running back at Mississippi State. He decided that he was going to go into the transfer portal. And he wrote as a statement with his name on it, on his Twitter account, with his face and body on it, and all of that. He wrote, "First and foremost, I would like to thank God for giving me the opportunity to showcase my talents at a college level. Without him, I am nothing. Secondly, I would like to thank my family and friends for the endless love and support they have shown me throughout this season. To Mississippi State University, my teammates, trainers, and amazing fans, it has been an honor to participate in this program with you all. Together, you guys have helped me build my character and skills tremendously. With that being said, since I am not very tough and Leach is glad I am leaving, I will be entering my name into the transfer portal with the hopes of finding a more fit playing environment for me. Thank you." Once again, he signed it, Dylan Johnson. His face and Twitter account are on it. Now, I don't mind this level of spice. I don't mind guys coming on and talking about how they feel, right? I don't mind you saying what you think. But understand that this was a bad move. Like, however you want to slice it, this was a bad move for him, unless he already has another destination secured. If he doesn't have another destination secured, it's going to be interesting out there, because running backs, especially running backs who are not special, and make no mistake about it, Dylan Johnson is a utility type of back. When you go and look at his stats, as a freshman, 51 attempts, 225 yards, 4 touchdowns, 36 receptions, 157 yards. As a sophomore, 89 attempts, 485 yards, 65 receptions, 422 yards. As a junior, 89 attempts, 488 yards, 48 receptions, 285 yards. So to me, I'm looking at that and I'm going, okay, he's a utility back. He's a guy, not your feature guy. He's not the bell cow, but he's one of a unit. And maybe Dylan Johnson didn't think that was a big enough role for him. Maybe he got tired of the scrutiny that he received for 3 years from Mississippi State. And he said, I ain't dealing with it no more. I'm out. But on the way out, I'm going to make sure I clip all the wings of anything Mississippi State. Well, so here's the thing that most people don't understand when they decide to go at the throat of somebody that they used to either be with or they had type of beef with or something. When you do it publicly, here's the issue that people don't talk about enough. Dylan Johnson doesn't have connections like that coaching staff has. They don't have connections he doesn't have connections like Mike Leach has. So when he says something like that, it's really simple for Mike Leach to just be like, oh, you feel like that? Okay. I'm going to let everybody that I know they should not take you. And I'm going to give them all of the stuff that I didn't say to you, all of the things that I was afraid to say to you. I'm going to tell them all of that stuff. Because I didn't say it to you because I was afraid that if I said something to you or did something to you that I really wanted to do, it would be another Texas Tech situation. Remember Mike Leach years ago at Texas Tech summarily gets fired because a running back, surprise, surprise, because another running back or wide receiver, he may have been a wide receiver, he wasn't very good, but because another player was disgruntled and decided to out things that Leach was doing to him into the public. I ain't really rock with it because that's just not how I'm built, but I understand it. But when you do that, you have to live in that decision. When you do that, you have to make sure that your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed, because everybody's going to be asking the question. I don't know about anybody else, but when I looked at it, the first thing I went was, who's Dylan Johnson? Right? Because I watch Mississippi State play, but I'm not like a Mississippi State fan. So I'm not like heavy. I'm not heavy into the Mississippi State. So I might not even know who he is per se, right? So that was the first thing. The second thing I wanted to know was he any good? Okay, he's decent, but he's a running back. And they move everybody from running back and everybody to running back. There are a billion running backs out there right now who all think they're all world, and they're just another running back. And guess what Dylan Johnson most likely is? He's most likely just another running back. Does that mean that he's wrong to feel the way he feels? No. He's never wrong. See, I subscribe to this. Years ago, I stopped trying to mask or hide how I felt about people or how I felt about situations, because it was causing me more of these grays than saying it. So I freed myself of that burden. And now if you say some slick stuff or if you do something wrong to me, I'm letting you know about it. I'm letting you know about it to your face. I don't need to run and talk publicly about it, but I'm going to get it out there. People are going to know how I feel about you in this situation. And so I think that if Dylan Johnson, excuse me, my apologies. If Dylan Johnson would have walked into the offices and told Mike Leach and that staff how he felt about it, that was enough. But that's not the society that these young men live in now. These young men live in a society where things have to be public and messy. So because they live in a society where things have to be public and messy, he felt the need to tweet about it. And as we currently speak, this is probably his most published post. It's got 8,100 likes. It's been retweeted 776 times. But that's not the thing. It's been re-quoted. It's been quoted 1,517 times. That means 1,517 people decided that this was a post that they needed to not only just retweet, but say something on top of, which means that the views or the amount of eyeballs that this thing has gotten, this is either going to work in his favor, he's going to gain support, or he's going to get roasted. And if you go to the quotes, everybody loves a train wreck. Everybody loves a train wreck. So everybody is talking. Now somebody said, somebody said he was one of the best. He's not. I did my research. He's not. But he's a good running back. It's a good running back. You just have to be careful on how you move. And some of you young guys today, y'all want to move publicly because you're on some type of time where you want to attract attention to your plight because you want to be a victim. More than any other time I can remember, you see more and more of our young men, especially in athletics, trying to be the victim. And look, you can be spicy. You can talk that talk. You can talk that ish without being a victim. When I talk this talk, I don't want anybody to ever feel bad for me. I am ready for whatever comes from what I say. People go, oh man, how can you say all that? You ain't worried about your job? No, I'm not worried about it. I'm not saying anything on here that I wouldn't say to anybody in person. All of the stuff that I say on my podcast is stuff that I say to people right in their face. If I saw Dylan Johnson tomorrow, I would tell him, hey, bro, you good, but that ain't the way. You're not that good. See, there's certain running backs that could probably say whatever, and somebody's going to give them a chance. Dylan Johnson's not that dude. Does that mean he won't find a home? No, I'm not saying that. I hope he finds a home. I know that this was just a moment in time where he felt the way. But boy, got to be careful how you move. Got to be careful how you move when you don't know where you're going next. I hope for his sake he has a landing spot already. I love the spice. But you've got to be ready for the consequences that come with the spice. And if you're not ready, It can get ugly out here for you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Talk Spicy. I'm Coach Gene Clemens. You do this thing a few times a week. Rate the show, comment, agree, disagree, but whatever you do, keep it spicy. 5-star ratings are appreciated. And if you're joining me on the YouTube channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Till next time, peace.